So for this vehicle detection app, vehicle detection and counting, we will be creating a Flask app. So in order to create a Flask app, we need to do certain Python scripting. Here you can see that I have created a folder with the vehicle detect count app. In this, I'll explain you all the files that I have created and which are required. So first let us see the config file, which is the configuration file. In the config file, we have created a class named config and passed an object. We have set a secret key to PyAnalytics. You can change it to anything that you want. And we also set the session cookie secure as true and default theme as none. As we will develop an app, so we are using the class development config, and we have set the debug equal to true. So this is the configuration file. Next, I'll show you the app.py file. So this app.py file, this is the main file. So if main is encountered, whenever main is encountered, the app will start running. And we have imported the app from app. So the next important file is the init.py file. So the init.py file, it is the initializer. It will initialize our app. So in this, we are importing Flask from Flask, and we are passing the Flask to app variable. In this, you can see that we have called the config.development config, which we created in the config.py file. Similarly, we are also importing views from app. So this will import the views.py file. Let us see what is views.py file. So this is the views.py file. So in views.py file, you can see that I have imported some required libraries, which are, we have imported app from app, we have imported request render template and URL for from Flask, we have imported CV2, which is OpenCV, computer vision, imported NumPy, PIL, imported string, random, and OS also. So initially we will config this, and initial file uploads, set the path to app static uploads. After that, we will store both the files here that we will use, the car cascade one and the bus cascade, the XML files, as I have already told you in the project during the collab. So an app runs through two different positions here, that is get and post. So whenever the app started, it will go into get. So get will show us get will be fetched, it will show us the home page of our application. So if request.method equal to get, it will show us the white background and render the template of the index.html, and index.html is our home page. And whenever we click anything or we do something on our home page, it will execute the post command. So in the post command, you can see here that we are using an image upload button, and we will upload an image here. After that, we will generate a unique name to save the image, and this full file name will go into the uploads folder with the name which is generated here. After that, you can see that image will be opened using image function of PIL. We will resize it, we will convert it into a NumPy array, and then we will convert it into grayscale. So all these functions, all these functionalities, these pre-processing, we have already done in Google Colab. These are all the same steps as we have performed there. So as you know that we have performed the cascade classifier, so here you use the cv2.cascade classifier, same as the Colab. Similarly, we are detecting multiple objects, multiple cars. So we are using the detect multi-scale. And after that, we created the rectangle. We use these rectangles to form contours. And similarly, these contours will form the rectangle around the image. In the end, you can see that we are saving the image using img.save in the app.config initial file uploads path as we have set above. And in the end, it will return to the page where we are working. And here you can see that this is the main function, and the main function will call app.run. So our app will run. Next, let me show you the index.html file. So in order to understand the index.html file, you should have a basic understanding of CSS and HTML, as this whole document is created in using CSS and HTML. For creating this, here you can see that I have set the title as Vehicle Detection Count Classification App. I have used materialize.css. You can go through the internet and search about materialize.css and learn how it works. I have used it. Here you can see that in the first division, I have set the title as the Vehicle Detection Count Classification made by PyAnalytics. Next, you can see that I have given a upload image label, and we can browse the image using this browse button. After uploading the image, the next section is displaying the image or the output. So for that, we have created this class, this division, and in the end, we have passed all the scripts that will be required to run this index.html file. As we are using the materialize.css here, and we are also using some buttons like browse, and we are using image upload. So all those functionalities, we need to pass them as a script. So here in the end, you can see that I have passed the source for the script, like materialize.js, as I am using materialize.js, also JavaScript. So this is our index file. Index file is the front end, how our app will look. This is used to design the front end. Next, let me show you one of the most important file for deployment. So this is the proc file. So proc file, what it does is, it tells the machine, the deployment, that it is a web app, because we have stated here web, and Gunicon will call the app from app. Similarly, one of the other important files is the requirements.txt file. So a requirement.txt file, you can generate this on your own. What it contains? It contains all the required libraries, on which our project depend. And for creating this, you just need to run a simple command, that is pip reqs. Let me show you how you can do that. So first, you need to copy the path of this folder where this whole project is saved, and open the Anaconda command prompt. So let me show you how to do that in the Anaconda command prompt. So here in Anaconda command prompt, you first need to move to that particular folder where our project is saved. For that, I have already copied the path. I'll type cd, that is change the directory, and paste the path here. So now I'm in the exact path where my project is saved, and now I'll run the command pip reqs. So what it does, it will create a requirements.txt file. Before that, let me show you how you need to install this pip reqs. So you can install this using pip install pip reqs. So as I have already installed this on my system, it will show me that requirement is already satisfied. But you need to check it on your system if you have installed it or not. After this, we will create the requirement.txt file by running the command pip reqs. Let's run this and see. So what this will does is it will create a requirement.txt file in my particular folder where I am running this command. So what it does, it will check all the Python scripts there, and it will get back to, it will create a file which will contain all the dependencies, all the libraries that are required. So here you can see that requirements.txt has already exist because I have already created that, and I can override that using the ---- force. So no need to override that because I have already created that, but in your system it will create a new one. So let's see how we can deploy this app. So for deployment, we need to get a GitHub account. So let me show you how to use GitHub and deploy this app. So here you can see that this is my GitHub account. So in my GitHub account, I have created a new repository with the name vehicle detect count app. You can also create a new repository by going to this plus sign and creating a new repository. After creating the new repository, you need to copy the project here. So I have created all the files and then I have imported them to my GitHub account. Here you can see. So as I have already shown you, this is the proc file, the app.py file, config, readme and requirement. Every file is here. So this is my GitHub account. Now in order to deploy this app, we will use Heroku deployment. Heroku deployment is easy and also it is free, as we are not using it for commercial purpose. We are only using it for educational purposes. So let me show you how you can deploy this app on Heroku. For deployment, you need to complete this step because Heroku will take the project from your GitHub account. And if you don't have the project in your GitHub account, Heroku won't work. So let me show you how Heroku works. So for that, we will go to the dashboard.heroku.com. This is my dashboard for Heroku. In this, you should go to the new and create a new app. So while creating the app, you should name the app, as it is a vehicle classification. So let me vehicle counting. So let me change the name to vehicle detect app. Currently it supports only 2 regions. So we'll select any of the one and create the app. So as soon as you create the app, it will show you the overview or the deploy one. So now you need to deploy this app. You can use Heroku Git, that is Heroku command line interface, and do that manually from your system. But an easy way to do that is you can connect your GitHub directly to your Heroku account. So we'll click on this and connect our GitHub account. So here you can see that it connected to my GitHub account, which is with the name of PyAnalytics1. Now we need to search the repo, the repository that we are going to deploy here. So we'll search that repo, and here you can see that it is the vehicle detect count app. I'll connect this. So it connects to my vehicle detect count app repository on my PyAnalytics GitHub account. The next step will be choosing a branch. So here you can see that this is the main branch and all the project requirement files are in main branch. So this is correct. This is the main branch. We should also enable automatic deploys so that if we face any issue while deployment, or if the app is not deployed and we go to the GitHub again and change the code, it will automatically deploy. We don't have to deploy it again and again. So now we will deploy this branch by clicking on deploy branch, and we'll see what are the logs for this. So firstly, it will show you this log. Here you can see that it has detected that this is a Python app. After that, it installed Python and other required libraries as we have mentioned in our requirements.txt file. All the libraries will be installed. Here you can see after installing all these, you see there Procfile declares type web. So it will know that this is a web application. After this, it will compress our project, and here you can see that our project is compressed to 84.9 MB, and it launches our project. Here you can see that this is the URL for our project. Copy this URL and we'll run it. So here you can see that our app is working. Vehicle detection count classification app. So let me check how it is working. We'll browse to an image. So here you can see that I am loading a car image here and clicking on the process button. So in the output, you can see that it detected 26 cars, and all the cars are inside a rectangle and there are no buses in it. So this is how you create a vehicle detection app and deploy it online. I hope you find this useful. Thank you.